won my first DUI trial by saying one word: objection. How did I do that? Well, I was a third-year law student at Wake Forest University. I was in a special program that allowed me to work with other attorneys during my third year. One of those rotations, I was in the public defender's office. I was assigned to a more senior lawyer that had a stack of cases this high every single day. Eventually, she would give me a handful of them, tell me to work them out and see if they needed to be trials and prepare for them. One of the cases that I got to, it ended up being a trial. The young defendant, the young gentleman, said he wanted a trial. He felt like he wasn't guilty. He was facing a lot of jail time in this case. So I told the judge that this young gentleman wanted to have a trial, and the judge scheduled it in a few days. I prepared feverishly for this thing. I wrote down pages and pages of notes. I already thought out and game planned what I was going to object to, when I was going to object, and what key pieces of evidence that I needed to keep out. Well, when I walked into court that day, the prosecutor had just opened the file for the first time. She hadn't even finished reading the police report 5 minutes before the trial was going to begin. And the police officer that came in forgot almost everything about the case. So the prosecutor had to hand him her police report so that he could read it 2 minutes before he was supposed to take the stand. So as the trial started, I sat there just ready to go, ready to make all my objections and ask my questions. And when the prosecutor got to one of her key questions to get in a key piece of evidence, this was the one piece of evidence that would have found my client guilty of a second DUI or not. I stood up, I said, "Objection, Your Honor." And I gave a long-winded explanation of why I was objecting to it. The judge just sat there. He couldn't believe such a long-winded objection was made, and thought about it, and he said, "You know what? You're right. Case dismissed." That was the first case that I ever had, and why I tell you this is because I wanted to highlight how one objection can win your case. I wanted to highlight that one mistake made by the police, made by the prosecutor, or during trial can lead to somebody being found not guilty of a DUI.